What is your most toxic trait?
Should I take my third shot already? I'll just take my half shot. Because remember I owed 3.5 shots? Who knows? Maybe I might end up doing more than 3.5 shots because Bella's with her Thea right now. She's well. We're gonna go pick her up probably, and then RJ will be my driver, so it's not a big deal. What was the question again? What's my most toxic trait?
Top 10 toxic traits. What's your top?
Especially this year, I've been having a lot more self-awareness, and I know there are things that are toxic about me, so I'm not gonna get deep about anything, but I'll just list a few things that I know I'm working on wanting to change. One thing that I know is toxic is hate wasting time. So if RJ and I are like arguing about something, I will not be able to like move on until we resolve it. I can't go to bed mad, but that's not really mature of me to like expect us to always go to bed happy. Does that make sense? I have like tunnel vision. Sometimes when I'm really focused on something, that's like all I'm working towards. Everything just irritates me because things aren't going my way for that specific thing. I feel like those two things are a little bit toxic of me, you know, just to name a few.
Do you guys ever go through each other's phones?
Oh, no cap, like we really don't go through each other's phones. Like I feel like if I ever can't find my phone or my phone's being stupid or it's in another room, I'll be like, oh, can I use your phone for this? Or like, let me see your phone for this. I mean, at the end of the day, ladies, let me say this. Like if somebody is in a relationship and they want to do something shady or they want to cheat or whatever it is, like they're going to find a way to do it. You're not going to prevent somebody from doing that. Personally, I just don't think there's any positive things for a relationship that come out from looking through each other's shit. Like I just think that just causes more, and then like the more if you start doing that, like I feel like how do you know when to stop doing that? Like how would you know when to stop checking each other's phones? You get what I mean?
Who's the messy one in your relationship?
I want to say that RJ's the messy one, but it's not to say that he's like trashing the house. He won't always put everything back. If I'm getting ready or something like that, like I can literally make the room look like a tornado went through it because I'm like, oh, this outfit doesn't work, this outfit doesn't work. Or like my makeup will just start to go everywhere on the counter, like that sort of thing because I'm always running late. I could get messy too, but overall, because I'm the one that like cleanliness matters to most, I feel like I do tend to like pick up after myself, and RJ will be a little messier with that. Oh, and I'm due for that half a shot, so let's start with that. That one didn't go down right. I probably made like the ugliest face.
Speaking of drinking and, you know, feeling buzzed, what's your craziest lit story? Doesn't have to be your tequila story, but what's your craziest
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say. We have a lot of lit stories because I think I've mentioned in a previous video before, we haven't traveled the world or anything, but we've had our fair share of trips and adventures together. Every time me and RJ would go on a trip, we always had one night when we would get lit, right? Like, and it's always tied to tequila because that's like our liquor of choice. So the moment that I'm thinking about right now, that just the first one that came to my mind for our honeymoon.
I was thinking of that one too. I had so much fun though.
Do I have something in my teeth? The Bahamas story, okay? So we went to the Bahamas for our honeymoon, right? We stayed in the marina. Is that what it's called?
The port.
Like the port where all the boats are, that's where we stayed. I don't remember where we went to dinner that night.
We went to dinner where it was like underneath, but it was overlooking the port. It was
that
night, right?
Yeah. You know those freaking shells? The Bahamas, they're a bit known for that. Like they literally eat the freaking conch animal that's in there. They even make conch ceviche, and yes, it is good. It was the weirdest thing. It was just like this, but instead of shrimp, it was conch. Then this night after dinner, we got on this little boat that took us directly to the beach. It's dark already, it's night, they have chairs, it's like a little vibe, you know, all romantic and shit. I was acting brave because it was just us, we're having fun.
Technically, the beach was closed, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have been close. We're there and RJ and I took our backpack and we just had a bottle in there and like little freaking cups from the hotel, like little paper cups. And we're just taking shots after shots. There's like a clip where I'm literally on the boat when nobody's in there. And I just walked in there and I'm literally pretending I'm driving the boat. RJ's like made a little jingle for me, remember
I was like singing a song.
Yeah, and then when we get home, to the hotel, I'm still good. Like, I mean, I'm walking and stuff, but it just freaking hits me because like the wind, the motion of being on the boat, I ended up getting pretty lit. And then the next morning, we actually had an event where we were gonna go on the clear bottom boats, like the boats where you can see down. Yeah, you could see down to see like all the fish and stuff. Well, we had to miss that. And on top of that, I freaking threw up on the bed. So the next morning, we had a call for like room service for them to literally come and change all of the sheets. I was so embarrassed. Like, I was legit so embarrassed. I was like, can somebody come and change the sheets? So I'm sitting there all in shame on the couch trying to like down some fucking Gatorade. I wanted to hide in the bathroom. Actually, at first I did hide in the bathroom when they came to change the sheets because I was so embarrassed. But I was like, you know what? I just gotta face my fears. And I just sat over there and I was like, thank you guys so much for doing this. They were so nice about it. But then afterwards, once we were gonna leave later for that day to get like lunch and stuff, I still felt like I was like,
do y'all share your finances?
do we share our finances? I share my bills with RJ, and he shares his paycheck with me. Just kidding. No.
He's not kidding.
No, we actually feel like we have a good system going that works for us. Ironically, every single time that like I've started a new job, you've started a new job, then you start a new job, and then somehow I get a new job. We've always been very balanced in that way where we've always made like pretty close to the same amount of money, don't you feel like?
Yeah.
So it's just made things really fair. So I'm not here to say that you have to share your finances to like be successful in your relationship or your marriage or whatever. And that's like totally specific to your own dynamic. For us, it's work.
We're usually on the same page pretty much.
Yeah, we're usually on the same page. And I feel
I think
like
that's what it is mostly.
we learned and grew in that aspect together. So yeah.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned in life?
Biggest lesson I've learned in life. I don't want to sound cliche because quite frankly, I feel like you start living life when you learn this lesson, which is not to give a shit what anybody says. Don't care about what anybody says about you. Don't care about what anybody thinks about you. If other people are trying to put you down or criticize you, like literally that is a reflection of them. And it takes a while for that to like settle in your brain. I wish I would have learned this a lot sooner. We actually took a little break and we peeled all of the shrimp, deveined them. I don't know if that's the correct term. I will say, because I feel like I know what I'm talking about, because my dad is from Nayarit, a coastal state, and they love seafood, and my dad makes bomb-ass seafood. Especially ceviche and things where you're cooking it in lime. Do not get the shrimp that comes in the bags. Like, get the boxes, but they just taste better. Like, if you make ceviche with like the bag shrimp, my dad says they're trash. If you use the shrimp that come from like a bag, you can tell that they put stuff in them because when you wash them, they get super bubbly. Now that I have them all right here, I'm gonna go ahead and salt them very well. I know it seems like a lot, but you want them to all have some salt. And obviously you're gonna pour in so much lime.
Camarón pelo tú quieres, camarón pelo te doy, camarón pelo prefieres con salsita y con limón.
We're gonna cover this up, put it in the fridge just to speed up the process. I still owe you guys a shot. The shrimp are finishing cooking in the lime juice in the fridge. I put the veggies in there as well. I normally would not have pre-cut the veggies like that, but you know, you gotta improvise sometimes. So we're gonna finish off with some more questions before we put our meal together.
What is something you would say you're insecure about besides your flatulence?
They're gonna say my flat chest. Honestly, I'm starting to GoFundMe for some tits. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about the GoFundMe page. I mean, honestly, we all have a ton of insecurities, and I'm not gonna go into detail about everything that I'm insecure about because I feel like the more you actually talk about your insecurities, the more people notice them. I will probably say my weight. It's not because I'm trying to body shame anybody or I'm trying to say we're all supposed to look a certain way or be a certain way, but I could definitely be healthier. I have gained more weight now than like after I had Bella. And like, again, I'm not trying to bash anybody, like, but I do have my own personal goals that I want for myself. And as cliche as it sounds, I feel like 2022, I really gotta fucking bring it because it's now or never. Like, I'm about to hit 30. I mean, I also could look better because I have looked better. Putting myself, you know, recording myself and doing all that is definitely making me a little bit more aware of it. You know, I also try to own it because ultimately I'm the one responsible for it. So it's like, how much can it bother me if I'm not doing anything about it? That's kind of what I tell myself. So, you know, balance.
What are your pet peeves about me?
This pet peeve isn't something that he does all the time, but it's a pet peeve that I have in general. It really bothers me to hear people chew their food. And RJ doesn't eat gross or anything, okay? Let me clarify. But sometimes he'll be like, say, eating a chip or something like really crunchy, and he tries to come and like, he'll be eating it and he'll be like hugging me or like really close to me, and I can hear it in my ear. And I just can't. It irritates me so much. I'm about to dump all of the veggies in here. My hands are clean, don't worry. Add some salt here.
Camarón pelao tú quieres, camarón pelao te doy, camarón pelao prefieres con salsita y con limón.
The team ran a scan of the bag, and we found out that this chip is the most ideal chip out of the whole bag. So she's gonna try with this chip.
Let me just... Did I just mess up the chip?
There goes our whole budget for the video.
Oh my gosh. I do put avocado on top and a little bit of Valentina sometimes. So, anyways. If you guys could taste this right now. Smacking. I still owe you guys a shot though, because I owed you guys 3.5. So, I started off the video with the half a shot that I didn't take in part 1. And this is what we're doing right now. I'm gonna just pour the shot in here because honestly, like, I'm not trying to have it come back up. Oh, can I have a napkin, assistant? Frederick, fetch me a napkin. Oh my gosh, it was harder doing it that way than just taking the straight shot. So I want to keep eating. So
Best question for last. Who's Bella's favorite?
he really wants to end the video like that. Who's Bella's favorite? Me, obviously. I don't really feel like Bella has a favorite. She's actually super loving and super sweet, and I'm not just saying that because she's my daughter, but she's a sweetheart. Like, she really is a sweetheart. Like, she loves her cousins. She loves her tios and tias. She loves her grandparents. Like, she's just a sweetheart. If she needs something, like, for comfort, she'll come to me. But, like, play and fun, that's RJ. Anyways, I feel like we answered a lot of questions. There's 2 things that I want you guys to learn from this is I think it's important that you mix lemon and lime. There's nothing wrong with the yellow ones, okay? No matter what your Mexican parents say. And 2, don't be scared of the freaking shrimp with the head, okay? No te va a comer, no te va a hacer nada. They just taste better. Get the box shrimp. I don't want to offend anybody, but you know those tiny, tiny little shrimp? Like the little baby shrimp? Like, are those real shrimp? Or is that kind of one of those, like, imitation crab type things where it's not real? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. They remind me of the little shrimp you find in, like, your maruchan. Like, you know, when you get the shrimp maruchan. That's gonna wrap up this video. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Do you do anything special with your ceviche? I'm gonna take another half a shot, you know, because I like round numbers. So we're gonna wrap it up at 4. Or just, like, cut the fucking camera. This video went on way too long and I don't want to cut too much off, so that's why you guys got 2 parts, in case you're wondering. Cheers. La bota. La bota. That's a perfect chaser. Okay. Remember, mommies, stay spicy, stay positive. I will see you guys on the next one.